Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time visiting this channel, click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video you will get notified as soon as possible. So we are in a new week, alright. So just as we usually do, we go through the pairs on our watch list and see what the market has for us going into a new week. Alright, I always tell you that you shouldn't be missing my weekly forecast. Alright, you shouldn't be missing my weekly forecast, because at a point in time it could be that within a week I might not be able to be alerting you on certain trades. Alright, so if you watch my weekly forecast, at least within the week that I'm not so active on the market, you can refer to the weekly forecast, look at where price is, and then use that as a guidance to be able to take trades for yourself. Alright, why am I saying this? Last week was really a busy week for me. Alright, and if you watched my analysis, if you watched my previous analysis, you wouldn't have any problem not taking trade last week just because I wasn't active, I wasn't drawing your attention to whatever it was happening on the market, so far as that week is concerned. Alright, so if this is your first time of watching this analysis, I would encourage you to go ahead and be watching. Alright, because I post every week. Alright, I post every week, and so if at the end of the day you don't watch expecting that within the week I'll come and then prompt you that okay, look at this market, buy this asset class, sell this asset class, it wouldn't be that always. Alright, because sometimes on weekly basis I get so much busy that hardly do I even come closer to my chart and see whatever is going on because of how busy I am. You get it? So if you watch my weekly forecast, I mean, you shouldn't have any problem at all. You don't even have to wait for me to come onto the chart to tell you that buy this asset class or sell this asset class, because before the week starts I'll tell you what I'm looking at on the various market and what I'm looking to do. Alright, when the market gets to this level, what I'm looking to do, and so you should also do same on your charts. Alright, so that when the market gets there, you know that this is what I said I'm going to do when the market gets there. Alright, and so you also would follow suit. Do you get it? So it is what it is. Last week I wasn't so active. Alright, I think we just closed Euro AUD at the first partial of 100 pips. Alright, and at a point in time I felt at a point where the trade has gotten to, I needed to close it, and I closed the trade, and I wasn't close to my chart or even to the page for me to even tell you to close it or not. Alright, so it is what it is. Alright, don't stop watching the weekly forecast. Alright, I know it's helping you a lot. Alright, so don't stop watching. I know it has been helping you a lot, so don't stop watching. Alright, so quickly let's jump into the market and see what the market has for us going into a new week. Let's start with the dollar index. So with the dollar index, we've seen price trying to build up to the downside. Alright, because last week, look at how price reacted. Alright, look at the price action of last week. It wasn't that good. Alright, it wasn't that good for the dollar index. Alright, yes, we didn't have a clear direction on the dollar index as far as last week is concerned, and that should tell you what price currently wants to do. Alright, because I mean, we still have imbalances here that price would come and fill those imbalances before we move to the upside. Alright, so going into this week, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the dollar index moving to the downside. Alright, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see the dollar index moving to the downside, because if you look at what is happening on the 4-hour, we've seen a shift in structure. Alright, we've seen a shift in market structure. Market has broken this low, clearing the sell stops you are seeing here. Alright, it's actually a major low though. Yes, it's a major low. So once this low has been broken, alright, market first of all would clear this buy stops you are seeing here. Alright, it failed to make a higher high. Alright, market failed to make a higher high, and right after that we saw a break. Alright, we saw a shift in structure whereby this sell stops you are seeing here has been cleared. All right, and so market is in a reversal state. All right, yes, market is really in a bearish environment so far as the dollar index is concerned currently. So going into this week, I'm still expecting to see price continuing to push to the downside. All right, push to the downside, targeting this low we are seeing here. All right, targeting this low we are seeing here into this imbalance. Then I'm expecting it to tap into this order block we are seeing here. All right, yeah. So going into next week, or going into a new week, I'm expecting to see price continue to push to the downside. When the market opens, we are likely to see price come up. All right, come up into the zone, probably to fill this gap before we see a push to the downside to this zone. All right, before we see price resuming to the upside. So going into a new week, this is my expectation on the dollar index. All right, going into a new week, this is my expectation on the dollar index. So that is it for the dollar index. Let's look at what AUDUSD has for us. All right, let's look at what AUDUSD has for us. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and then smash the notification bell. If you're not part of my Forex Telegram community too, look through the description box below. The link is there. Click on the link and be part of the Forex Telegram community. All right, I always tell you that something big is coming. Yes, I'm still working on it. All right, it's a long-term something, so you wouldn't really want to miss. All right, yeah. So let's jump into AUDUSD, that is the Aussie dollar, and see what the market has for us. So last week in my channel, I made you aware that this is my point of focus as far as the next liquidity graph is concerned. All right, and we saw price almost at that zone, and then right after that we saw a reversal to the upside, coming back to this zone. So going into this week, I wouldn't be surprised to see market reversing again to the downside, taking out this low. All right, because of how the dollar index is reacting, I'll be very reluctant on this very pair. All right, because it's not really giving me a clearer direction. All right, it could be that we can even see price move to the upside, continue moving to the upside, but as it stands now, this high is going to be my point of focus. All right, this high is going to be my point of focus. If price fails to break this high, then definitely you are going to see price continuing to the downside, filling this imbalance you are seeing here and clearing these sell stops. All right, yeah. So this high is going to be my area of focus. All right, if price fails to break this high, then definitely you are going to see price push to the downside. But if it breaks this high, then you start seeing higher prices. All right, on AUDUSD. So that is just that for AUDUSD. All right, that is just that for AUDUSD. Let's look at what is happening on USDCAD. Let's look at what is happening on USDCAD. Yeah, so for USDCAD to currently price is within this zone. All right, price is currently within this zone, and so this zone is going to be my point of focus. I'm looking at how price is going to break this low. If price manages to clear this low, then definitely we are going to see lower prices. But if price should fail to break this zone, then definitely we see price pushing to the upside. All right, yeah. So I'm going to look at what is going to happen inside this bearish candle we are seeing here. All right, yes, I'm going to look at what is going to happen inside this bearish candle we are seeing here. All right, yes, if price fails to violate this bearish candle, then we are going to see higher prices. All right, if price fails to violate this bearish candle we are seeing here, then definitely we are going to see higher prices. All right, we are going to see higher prices whereby price might tap this zone. All right, fill up this liquidity void you are seeing here into these other blocks, or into these bearish candles you are seeing here. Then we see a down move. All right, we see a move to the downside. All right, we see a move to the down. But as it stands now, I want to see how price is going to react within the zone. All right, if it violates this bearish candle we are seeing here, then definitely we are going to see the sell stops attacked, and definitely these ones to attacked. All right, yeah, so that is my expectation, or what I want to see on USDCAD. All right, that is what I want to see on USDCAD. But let's shift to the daily time frame and see what is happening. Let's shift the daily time frame. Okay, so this is what is happening on the daily time frame. All right, this is what is happening daily. So this is how Friday's candle closed. This is how Friday's candle closed. So definitely, yeah, so it went up and we saw price reversed to the downside. It went up and we saw price reverse to the downside. Going into a new week, I'm still bullish. All right, I want to see price tap into the zone, and then we see a continuation to the upside, taking out this sell stops you are seeing here. All right, let's shift to the 4-hour time frame. What is happening on the 4-hour time frame? Let's shift the 4-hour time frame. Say yes, so I'm expecting to see a bounce off from this zone, and then we see a move to the upside. If it doesn't happen that way too, if it breaks this zone, then definitely these sell stops are going to be attacked right into the zone. All right, yeah, so that is my expectation on Euro AUD going into a new week. All right, yeah, let's look at what is happening on Euro CHF. Let's look at what is happening on Euro CHF. So for Euro CHF 2, you've seen price, you saw price would move to the downside. All right, so going into a new week, this zone is going to be my area of focus. All right, let's shift to the daily time frame to see what is happening on the bigger picture. Yes, so this area is going to be my focus. We've already seen a breaking structure. All right, we've seen a breaking structure. Market has broken the structure. All right, here, which gives us a bullish sentiment. And what we are seeing currently is what is correction, all right, or retracement. So this bearish candle we are seeing here is going to be my point of focus. If price respects that bearish candle, that means I'm not expecting price to violate more than 50% of this bearish candle. All right, I'm not expecting price to violate more than 50% of this bearish candle we are seeing here. If that happens, then you are going to see price push to the upside. All right, yes, so I don't want to see price move more than 50% of this zone. All right, this zone, all right, this high and then this low. I don't want to see price move more than 50% of this zone. If it does, then definitely you are going to see these relative equal lows attacked. All right, but if it doesn't happen that way, then definitely you're going to see price push to the upside. So going into a new week, this is my expectation on Euro CHF. This is my expectation on Euro CHF. Let's look at what is happening on GBPJPY. Let's go what is happening on GBPJPY. Yeah, so for GBPJPY, we saw price really in a deep accumulation. All right, for about 1 to 2 weeks, price was still within this zone. All right, and then later on we saw price giving us an impulsive move to the upside. All right, and so these impulsive moves should give us the signal. This impulsive move should give us the signal that price is wants to continue its upside movement. All right, price wants to continue its upside movement, and so going into a new week, I would expect to see a little bit of retracement, if not for anything at all, filling this liquidity void at least. All right, at least 50% of this liquidity void being filled will be okay for me. All right, in worst case scenario, we might want to see price move to tap into this fair value gap you are seeing here. All right, there's a fair value gap. All right, this is a fair value gap, There's a fair value gap, all right, and right beside the fair value gap we are having a breaker, all right. This is a break, even though it's a small candle we are seeing, even though this is a small candle we are seeing, all right. I'll take this and these ones as my breaker, all right, because this is the up close candle prior to price moving to the downside, taking out these sell stops, all right. And so I'll take those bullish candles 1, 2, 3 as my breaker block, all right, plus the fair value gap. So in worst case scenario, I want to see price come and then tap into this fair value gap plus breaker, and then we see price push to the upside, all right. Then we see price push to the upside. So that is my expectation on GBPJPY going into a new week, all right. That is my expectation on GBPJPY going into a new week. Let's look at what is happening on S&P 500. For S&P 500 and Nasdaq, I'm really, if you're in my Telegram community, you realize that for some time now I haven't even given a signal on S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, all right. There's a long-term trade that I'm really waiting for, but it hasn't really panned out, all right. It hasn't really panned out. Last week we missed this beautiful buy, all right. We missed this beautiful buy, and it's normal. I'm still expecting to see price continue to push to the upside, all right, to this zone or to this zone before we see a push to the downside. And so I'll be very much interested in taking this long-term sell, all right. I'll be very much interested in taking this long-term sell, clearing these sell stops we are seeing here, all right. But let's switch to the daily and see what is happening on the daily. Let's switch. Yes, so I want to see, just as I told you, I want to see price continue to push to the upside into this other block we are seeing here, all right, into this other block we are seeing here, and then we see a move to the downside, all right. We see a move to the downside. And so S&P 500 is bullish short term, and then I'm seeing some bearishness coming in on a long-term basis, all right, here. So that is that for S&P 500. Let's look at what is happening on Nasdaq. Let's look at what is happening on Nasdaq. So S&P 500 Nasdaq, same plan, all right. S&P 500 Nasdaq, same plan. I want to see price push to the upside, tapping into this bullish candle we are seeing here, all right, tapping into these bullish candles we are seeing here, and then we see a move to the downside, all right. We see a move to the downside. Yes, so that is that, all right. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for price to push up to this zone, and then we see a reversal to the downside, taking out this sell stop we are seeing here, all right, and definitely attacking these lows too as well. So that is my expectation on Nasdaq going into a new week, all right. So that is just that for the new week, all right. This is how I'm going to approach the market going into a new week. If you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button and then smash the notification bell. If you're not part of my Flax Forex Telegram community, to just hit on the link and then be part of my Flax Forex Telegram community. If you're not part of my Flax Forex Telegram community, just hit on the link and then be part of my Flax Forex Telegram community, all right. Yeah, so until I come your way again another time, stay safe, and I wish you all the best going into a new week. I wish you good luck and good trade.